welcome. This is False Start, a college football podcast for everyone and everyone else. I'm your host, John Buhler, lead writer, fansided.com. I'm joined today by a man who likes his podcast with lettuce and tomato, Heinz 57 and French fried potatoes, a big kosher pickle and a cold draft beer. Well, good God almighty, which way do I steer? Cody Williams, content director, fansided.com. Cheeseburger in paradise, baby. How are you?
Still ain't found my lost shaker of salt, but I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing? Good to have
I'm
you
just,
back.
it's good to be back here. I mean, I wasn't exactly a speed eating sunflower seeds, but I was catching some rays and drinking like a effing fish down in Key West. But yes, the Arizona State podcast, and I got back last night, and now we're dog sitting again because this is what we do.
Hey, happy anniversary to you and the Arizona State podcast.
Yes.
And while the starters are here, smash that like button like y'all have smashed this relationship because 2 years, man, that's impressive. Love to see it.
Yes, been this podcast is as long as this relationship. It's
I know, dude. It's crazy. It's wild.
it's wild, It's 2 years. It's like the time I was trying to explain to my sister's dog Izzy what two was. Like you're one and now you're two and it's two. She didn't get it. She just like I just want to play with my burger toy.
Shake, shake.
We've obviously false started here today. While I was down there in Key West, SEC Media Days were happening in Atlanta and still technically happening here. So our first and 15 is going to be It Don't Mean Enough. So some thoughts about it. I think we're 3 days in. We've got one more. I forget who's on the last day here, but there's a handful of teams out there that have already met with the media and everything. So there's been a few sound bites out there, but probably want to start with this. This is not SEC centric. Tony Petitti is trying to rain on the parade from the Big Ten. Will not back down
Yeah.
about the Big Ten wanting four AQ spots, and the ACC, Big 12, and SEC are like, go kick rocks, dude.
I mean, it's nice to see the little guys stand up for it. You know what I mean? It's nice to see the guys who, the conferences that we've talked about in this kind of that are a little powerless express what little power they have. And I appreciate that. I appreciate them standing up for it. At the same time, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm terrified that we're eventually heading to a super league. And this is how you get the seeds planted for that. When the Big Ten or the SEC is not getting what they want, they do have all the power. And eventually that could lead to something that I don't think anyone really wants for college. Like, I'm not saying we wouldn't watch. I'm not saying it wouldn't be entertaining, but I don't think it would be good for the sport, particularly historically in the way we know it.
Look, man, I haven't written anything in a week, but I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and not respect the Big Ten. That's how it's going.
Yes.
My God, Kurt Signetti had his first bad moment there, canceling their game with Virginia. Yeah, that's some fake tough guy, Matt Rule nonsense here. Look, everybody else, like even the SEC, I know they've only got like 8 conference games, but everybody in that league is playing somebody in the non-conference of note. Like, and in the SEC media days, like Jeff Lebby's like, yeah, we have an awful slate. We have to play, I don't know, Arizona State in the non-conference.
Mhm.
Auburn's like, yeah, we got to play Baylor. Obviously, Georgia, Kentucky. Florida, South Carolina all got their ACC rivals as well, but
Right.
like Alabama's like, yeah, we got to go play at Tallahassee. Texas, like we're going to Columbus, man. Like everybody's got one, and I just kind of think it's interesting that like this is where the divide is. Everybody thought it was going to be the SEC ruining college football, but it's kind of been the Big Ten more. Maybe I'm biased here. I mean, the SEC just acquired adjacent territory. They didn't acquire stuff like on the other side, like the British Empire, man. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know either, man. And I'm trying to remember which coach said it, but some coach at SEC Media. Oh, no, I apologize. It wasn't coach. It was Greg Sankey at the opening of SEC Media Days. He was asked about the 8 game schedule, and he was like, I welcome anyone to come play an 8 game SEC schedule. I welcome anyone to come do that in the country because it is different. Like, we've talked about it. The upper crust of the Big Ten, yeah, you like going and playing Columbus, not easy. Going and playing in Ann Arbor, not easy. Going and playing in Happy Valley, not easy. Going and playing in Lincoln when Nebraska's bad, not that hard. Going and playing in Minnesota when it's freezing cold and they can't fill the stadium with more than 8,000 people, not that bad. Like, it's different than going to Oxford in November. It's different than going to even like hell, Nashville and Vanderbilt, where you're playing in a weird stadium, but with people who are all about the live dog, all about Clark Lee. Like the SEC is a different beast. And like I feel valid like I feel like I'm trying to validate you because you obviously as a Georgia fan, like you probably worry that there's some sort of inherent SEC bias. I don't give a damn about the SEC. Like I give a damn about the ACC, which is a joke of a league, but that's neither here nor there. But like I give a damn about the ACC, but I still look at the SEC and it's very clearly the best conference in college football and like the hardest to navigate.
Well, it's like with the Big Ten, it's like we're only going to play our conference games and play absolutely nobody. Whereas, like y'all, you guys are playing 8 games in the ACC in North Carolina. You've got 2 games with the Big 12. You got to play TCU and UCF, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, that is correct.
I mean, but like you're going out there, you're trying, you're making new, interesting, fun matchups that might happen in a bowl game, but not wouldn't happen otherwise. It's a unique opportunity for, how many times are North Carolina players going to go to Fort Worth or Orlando or vice versa?
Mhm. No, you're 100% right. And yeah, I mean, it's the Big Ten is mighty full of itself after finally winning a national championship. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I know they've won two, but I only count one of them.
I mean, look, oh, let me rephrase that. They're big on themselves now that Ohio State's finally won another
Yeah.
national championship in the past decade.
I saw this, I think it was below Brett McMurphy's quote, tweet of Tony Petitti's quote. And somebody in there says, like, yeah, that sounds a lot like a guy who's going to go work for the Vikings front office.
100%. Tony and Quessy, let's get it together.
Kevin Warren having home.
That's right.
Man, the JJ McCarthy of it all. So, other quotes out there. Anything that kind of said it. I thought Vanderbilt was really feeling itself. That was pretty cool.
You, I mean, you brought Diego Pavia to media days. What do you expect? They're gonna be feeling themselves. Vandy's effing turd, man. But
Yeah,
no,
dude.
on like a serious note, like one of the quotes that stood out to me on Wednesday was Kalen DeBoer talked about the Alabama quarterback room.
Yeah, that was weird.
And we Austin Bundy on fansided.com. I don't know if it's been published yet, but he's writing something that I referred to this in the headline as he makes the quarterback battle sound like a pillow fight, man. Because here's the quote. I have it pulled up. We have 3 guys taking snaps. Ty, Austin Mack, and Keelan Russell. Ty Simpson throws a catchable ball. He's smart. Great relationship with the team. Austin Mack, he's 6'6", 235 and has a presence about him. Keelan Russell, an early enrollee, just learning the system. He's taking huge strides.
That sounds
Well,
like if you or I were coaching the Crimson Tide. Like, would you run through the wall for that? Hell no.
no, and also when I hear that about all 3 of these quarterbacks, I don't feel good about any of them leading the Alabama Crimson Tide against Florida State in a month.
I imagine they all sit there with the Bama Bangs with I mean, I don't even like with their helmet on the back of their head, like a Brody Croyle going like 7-5.
Like legitimately, like he again, we talked about this. Austin Mack was supposed to be Kalen DeBoer's guy, and he says he's 6'6", 235. He has a presence about him. That means literally nothing. That means he's 6'6", 235. Most people who are 6'6", 235 and athletic have a presence about them.
I mean, you could say that about some guy who was working security on Duval Street this past week.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like I just it did like for as someone who has expressed some pretty big doubts about the Alabama quarterback position and like what this is going to look like. I don't come out of SEC media days not feeling validated in that.
No, that certainly reaffirms your
Yeah.
validation. I'm trying to think what else. Kirby Smart had some stuff talking about like relationships. Obviously, we'll talk about that later on with where Georgia ranks in terms of NIL and everything like that. And people are piling on him about this, saying this is like Michigan shtick or whatever. But like, we both knew that Georgia wasn't going to be like leading the league with, NIL stuff like that. But you do kind of got to take a discount to play at Georgia. That's kind of what it was at Alabama under Nick Saban. It's the same sort of thing. People who are cut from that cloth will have that. So, and I think that's probably a direct slap in the face of Carson Beck.
Most likely, 100%. If it definitely felt like it, it definitely didn't feel like it wasn't a shot at his former quarterback. And also, like, yeah, you're 100% right. You take a discount to go play at Georgia. Frankly, you probably take a discount to go play at somewhere like Ohio State too. And
Right.
like, that's because you know what, you know when you're going to make that money back when you're a first round pick in the NFL draft. Like that's when you make that money back. And like, if I'm Kirby Smart, I'm Ryan Day. That's what I'm telling every recruit that like I walk in the door of.
Yeah, you go back to Athens or Columbus as a semi-god at some point. Like
Yeah.
Tate Ratledge is gonna drink for free in Athens if every day if he wants to.
I'm pretty sure he was already drinking for free.
That is a surprise. That is a
Talk about a man
surprise.
who has a presence. That's Tate Rattle.
That guy's a vibes curator, dude. Absolutely, 100%. Just like oh, the phone's doing stupid stuff here, man. I don't even know if it works anymore.
It came back from Key West and it's like I'm still on vacation.
Yeah, I know, man. It's more cooked than some of the people I saw there. I'll talk about them in a little bit. Um, I think
Obviously, one of the things we got to talk about is Steve Sarkisian getting brought on stage to the Texas A&M fight song. My favorite thing I've seen was I can't remember who it was, but someone tweeted out, "Hey, it's my first day at the Omni Atlanta using the soundboard. How's everything going? How's it sound?"
oh man, I bet he was just screaming himself Tom Coughlin purple about that. He screamed himself maroon. That's what he did.
Yeah, 100%.
Honestly, I think when Texas comes in here trying to like red code it here, let's just play the Texas A&M fights out just to spite them because they're not going to win in Athens.
Love that. I mean, honestly, that's going to happen at some point. They're going to play the Texas A&M fight song for Texas Red on the field at some away venue at some point this year.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but horns down is not really a penalty, so let's just do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a penalty. It might be a personal, like our what's it? Unsportsmanlike conduct,
Yeah.
taunting, on the field, but you're not on the field. Do it.
No, no, you're at the Omni. Maybe they should have played the Six Flags song. Mr. Six coming out. Is that Greg Sankey? No, he claims it on his taxes. They're brothers.
Oh my God, that's my dependent. Yeah,
He depends on me.
that's right.
Any other thoughts about what went on SEC medias thus far? I mean, there's probably one part where we're going to talk about that here, probably right now. So maybe let's just do that instead.
Let's do that. I had one more quote, but it's not that important. Let's keep going. We can talk about it another day, another time.
Yeah, speaking of quote, you're doing great, sweetie. That was from Chris Jenner talking about Kim Kardashian back in the day, and yeah.
Our inspiration for this show.
So Hugh Freeze is a noted golf guy, and you're a golf guy too. So maybe you're put in a very weird position to defend him. But apparently he had to defend playing golf. Lane Kiffin's just trolling him constantly. Maybe you read the quote, and then we talked about like other hobbies that these SEC coaches could have that people could just like rip on him about.
Yeah, all right. So here's Hugh Freeze defending himself playing golf. Everybody seems to talk a lot about my golf game. I do love golf. I enjoy playing. But what people don't realize is, I assure you that I never missed a camp day or recruiting day. But if camp got over at 3 o'clock one day and Jill and I go out at 4:30, we absolutely might do that. And I'm not apologizing for that part of it. But my focus is 100% on getting Auburn in that win column this fall.
I love the accent, man. That was
Thanks,
impressive.
Sam. Thanks, Sam.
I may or may not have seen Hugh Freeze in Key West, or some guy looked just like him.
I mean, was it on the golf course?
I don't golf. I saw him at the airport, and he was ordering a double vodka, his eighth of the day, at baggage claim.
And naturally, as one does when you're leaving Key West, you can't,
No,
you got to
no,
take some of Key West with you. Oh, this
no,
is in Atlanta.
this is arriving. Like he flew first class to get absolutely plastered, to then pick up his bags.
I'm sure
You
that went well.
you walk down this tiny airport. It's got like 8 gates. You walk down there, and it's just like last call bar, but it's got last crossed out. It says first, and you can order. I go to Rosemary. I'm like, "Do you want to drink at 11 a.m.?" She's like, "Not yet, not yet."
You got to wait till noon. That's the move.
It's noon 30 somewhere, man.
That's right.
But I guess to kind of add to this fun, exciting segment here, what hobbies would other SEC coaches be? What would they be made fun of for by their fans for doing? You've got a few, and naturally me because I'm a raging dork who's slightly sunburned. I picked a hobby for all 16.
Yeah, of course, of course.
All right, you go. You go first.
All right, so my first one is Vanderbilt head coach Clark Lee, and I could see him getting roasted for being the guy who just gives a lot of unsolicited gym advice. Like, hey, you know what will really get a good pump on your bicep is if you do this on your preacher curls. Like that feels like a Clark Lee thing to do, and like if he became infamous in the Nashville area for it, it wouldn't surprise me.
Like kids are trying to play basketball in their cul-de-sac. He's like, I'm team skins. It's like
That's
it's like bugs out.
right.
Um, I, I said he was really into power tools and having an immaculate lawn.
Yeah, of course, of course.
And I will die on this hill. Power tools needs to be an Olympic sport. Just he
Oh yeah.
just needs just
People who are good
fire.
with power tools are wild. I actually have a little something coming on that in local scouting report later.
Hell yeah! What other ones you got?
So another one, just an old bit from the show because we had to bring it back. Kirby Smart and ghost hunting, man.
Yes,
Like obviously.
I obviously I had that, and I'm sure you've seen the news. He's got thoughts about Annabelle.
I've seen that. And, what it wasn't reported was that Kirby was also there, but he survived.
That's the that's the third most important thing that's ever happened to Gettysburg. That's Oh my God. This dude, like, for those who don't know, okay, Annabelle's like this haunted Raggedy Ann doll. And it was like inspired by The Conjuring. You touch
Yeah.
it, like the crazy ass nun comes and kills you, basically. For real, allegedly. It's in this box in this museum in Connecticut. It's like whatever you do, don't move this box. Well, some like ex officer looking guy saw a lot of those guys down in Key West. This guy's like, yeah, I'm gonna bring it to my house of horrors in Gettysburg. And then 3 days later he dies.
Yeah, not good. Not at all what you want.
No, no, I'm sure he's looking up at us, or maybe he's in purgatory right now. Who cares?
He's probably trapped in like the shadow realm or something like that at this point. Who knows?
He he's wasting away in Margaritaville, man. He can't find a shaker of salt.
That's right. Margaritaville actually just purgatory. That's what Jimmy Buffett didn't tell you.
Kirby Smart. It's like we gotta find Annabelle. And he tells his players like we gotta bring it back because I'll do anything for you, coach.
That's right. We must avenge him.
All right. What's a guy you don't have that you would like for me to share one with?
Hit me with a Billy Napier because I do not have a Billy Napes down.
Oh my God. This dude loves getting his hair cut more than the fathers on 16 and Pregnant. Like like the guy's name like Sean that have two O's in it.
Oh yeah,
Like the guy like loves getting his hair cut. Like he's always in the barber. He's always holding court. He thinks he's really cool there. And it's just like he's getting his hair cut like 3 times a week.
there's nothing to cut at this point. So I actually have another hair related one. If you want me to go with that one now.
Go.
Missouri head coach Eli Drinkwitz, wig shopping because I'm not convinced that's his real hair, and so like I think he just buys the visors with hair coming on them, and so shopping for those he would definitely that's his secret hobby.
I mean, he's a haberdasher, just like Dana Holgerson.
That's right.
uh, I wrote Eli Drinkwitz won't miss a single Weezer show while they're on tour.
That's right. Hey, I respect it, man.
Oh, he looks at Dana Holgerson's toupee falling off. He says, "I'm a lot like you."
That's right. And if there's a Weezer show on a Saturday, he says, "Say it ain't so."
Hey, I've come undone.
That's right.
All right. Obviously Sam Pittman's doing barbecue competitions because
Yeah.
the ribs don't smoke themselves.
No, you don't get a rack like that, let them smoke themselves.
No, the tenderest of racks of ribs.
That's right. Juicy. Meat falling off the bone. What do you got for Josh Heupel? That's one I don't have that you got. I know it's probably a good one coming from you.
I'm gonna try to keep this on the rails as best as I can. He is cruising downtown in his Mustang on a Friday night in his Letterman's jacket, try to put out the vibe for the single senior ladies, uh, showing his ring.
Is he doing this in Knoxville or Norman?
He's just doing it wherever there's a high school. he's doing this in Knoxville, Norman, Orlando. He's doing
Wherever Dazed and Confused is said, because it sounds like he's just Matthew McConaughey.
he flies into Exurb, Houston to do this.
That's right.
He's the Ben Affleck with the Faku
That's
paddle.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that was good. Let's see. Who do you got? Anybody else?
I've got one more, and I went super specific on this one. Our boy Shane Beamer, and he's infamous for having to call corporate at Hobby Lobby for making too many returns. He just seems like a big Hobby Lobby guy, but he's always like indecisive about his purchases or his wife's purchases.
I asked the Arizona State podcast. I'm like, what's the most selfish hobby a male man could have? And I'm like, and I wrote, he goes to interpretive dance classes. Like the Big Lebowski where like he's got to
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
be there, man. That's what Shane Beamer. All right, I'll get you three more. I'm trying to think
Okay.
who else. Mark Stoops.
Oh,
This is a
that's who I was going to request next. Okay, we're on the same page.
he dresses up as an overweight Superman and he attends every comic convention in the Southeast to prove a point that he's an alpha male and they or them aren't.
Also ventures out to Iowa, I hear.
But the thing is, like, his Superman costume's from like '92, so it's like pit stained and really gross. And also, like, Superman's the worst of the superheroes. I don't get it. It's like you haven't evolved, you haven't figured out anything else, man.
He's just super. I don't know what to tell you.
He refuses to accept the fact that Christopher Reeve is no longer with us.
As we all do, frankly.
And Brandon Routh should have won an Academy Award.
That's right.
All right. Let's see. Who else do you want? Okay, we've got. I've talked about Hugh Freeze being addicted to going to Key West, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
We've got DeBoer. Basically in line with like I said, he runs a daycare center because he's just every no child left behind. He's gonna protect every kid. He can't say anything bad about anybody. Just super soft.
I got the grand finale for you. It's got to be Lane Train.
He does a lot of internet deep dives.
You make him sound like Aaron Rodgers. Like just going up to Austin Simmons and practice and being like, "Hey man, what do you think about 9/11?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a little left of the dial. We'll leave it at that. Let's see what else. Mike Elko, he's a storm chaser like Philip Seymour Hoffman and Twister.
Dusty, yes.
Jeff Lebby's a big jammer. He's a bigger jammer than Zach Best. He wants to be Eddie Vedder, like Dylan Raiola wants to be Patrick Mahomes.
That's right.
Let's see what else I got on here. Uh, oh, Brian Kelly, he's a rap music video consultant.
Yeah, of course. That's actually happening.
It's happening right now.
Yeah, I mean it's the off season. That's how he pays the bills in the off season.
So, so the only two I think I have left are Brent Venables and Steve Sarkisian. So
Let's finish with the Red River then.
yeah, Brent Venables has Brent Kwando. It's like Napoleon Dynamite. He will die for Starla, man.
Oh my God, that's good.
And then Steve Sarkisian, he wants to go fast like Ricky Bobby. He's just going around the track in Austin, man.
That's right.
Maybe with L'Oreal's pink convertible that he probably has now. Or maybe
100%.
no,
Yeah.
she got that right. She got
Yeah,
that.
100%. Oh, you know what I would have said for Steve Sarkisian if I'd have been thinking about it? Uh attending exotic dances that also involve animals.
It's not interspecies erotica. It's an exposition.
That's right. Yeah, we're telling a story. What are you talking about, man?
Sarah, this is a movie.
That's right.
Ooh, is he more Dante or Randall?
I think he's more Dante. Little bit more like of a quicker trigger, I think. I think that's where like I get the Dante from it.
So that means Jeff Banks is Randall Graves then.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Why would I not want to play hockey in the roof?
Why would I not want to marry someone named Pole Assassin?
I don't know, man. Why would you not? Why would you not want to answer this next question? Let's see some Du Hast, Du Hast.
Yes, sir.
Will Nick Saban actually return to college football?
I I'm gonna go do Haas 1S. I don't think it's as a head coach. I think that it's tough because do I think Nick Saban could still do it? Do I think he could do something? I'm not saying he would return to a place that he's previously been, but do I think he could go somewhere like Mac Brown late in his career and like revive a program that has higher expectations than what we're seeing from them? I absolutely think he could do that. He is about the same age. He'll be 75 next year when he would get hired as the next the next opportunity he would have to be a head coach. I just think Nick Saban and frankly Miss Terry are too smart for that in this modern landscape of college football. Like in terms of tarnishing legacy, you risk that. In terms of the game passing you by a little bit, you risk that. We started to see not like great big flashing signs, but some signs that maybe he was slowing down and his run of dominance wasn't as what it once was. But I do think that Nick Saban is still Nick Saban. And so if Kirby Smart said, "Hey, do you want to come be a defensive analyst on my staff?" He'd probably consider it if he really has the itch to come back to coaching. But I don't think that in terms of head coaching, I just don't necessarily see that being as realistic.
I don't either. So I'm gonna answer Du Hast two S's. I don't think it's happening.
Okay.
You did almost sort of convince me there. Like maybe he goes back to Kent, Ohio, and he's the GM of the Golden Flashes.
That'd be sick. That'd be absolutely sick.
He's like the best part is I don't actually need a computer. Just give me oatmeal cream pies and coffee and Betamax, and I got this.
And I can yell at people all day. It'll be great.
I can yell at people. I'll bring out Jack Lambert in there too. Like
That's
he's just still
right. That's like a bouncer for his office.
I swear, we're watching because we're dog sitting. We have Netflix here. We canceled our subscription or we never had one, but we have it at this house.
Oh
So we're
yeah.
watching the Phil Rosenthal show. Somebody feed Phil,
Okay.
and I swear, like this one season, like every guest he brings on, like later passes away.
That's tough.
he he was having a rough run of it. He had like Gilbert Gottfried and Paul Ribbons on it back to back
Oh
episodes.
no. Oh, that's tough. Damn.
It was really bad. It was we haven't cursed anybody in a while, but like
You
uh
haven't. I have. But that's
you curse who'd you curse recently?
I don't know. It just happens sometimes. Sometimes I get a little willy-nilly after a couple
I think
beers.
the last time I did it was like David Johansen of the New York Dolls and the guy who plays like the Ghost of Christmas Past in Scrooged. Yeah, we and Buster Poindexter. Hot,
Yeah.
hot, hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
He lived a life in women's clothes, and this is false.
100%.
And he had a personality crisis. But I think really like Miss Terry is not gonna like
No.
unless like they're absolutely sick of each other up there in Lake Burton, like they got to find somewhere else to go. And again, like someone says like, what was it? Our man media colleague Albert Breer said on the herd, it's like maybe the Dallas Cowboys. I'm like, yeah, sure, Bert. Yeah,
There's
for
no
sure.
shot. There's no
No,
shot.
no, because she would never allow that.
No. Yeah. Not I mean, Jerry Jones making the call, but Nick Saban's not taking a Dallas Cowboys job.
No, like the only NFL job he would take is the Colts, man. Because like, and at that point, like Jim Irsay's out of the equation. Do you want to report to like the sisters? I think Carly's running the shots now, but like
Right.
you got to go to like a smaller market sort of thing. So they're the big fish in a little pond.
Yeah, and like I from everything you hear though, I think his his time with Miami was not something he looks back on very fondly on.
No,
And like I feel like the NFL is just like a soured idea to him. Like I'll do Hawks two S's very strongly going back to the NFL, but I like if he does come back, it's gonna be in some role in college football. Like I feel very confident saying that.
you know, he doesn't talk about his 1 year in Miami at all. That's Kirby Smart. He doesn't
That's
talk about
right. That's right.
Dan Quinn talks about it maybe a little bit because that was like his first form of validation under him. But like, so Saban coached the Dolphins, what, oh five, oh six, I
I think
think.
that's right. Yeah.
I don't even think Stephen Ross was the owner at that time. Maybe it was still Wayne Huizenga at that point.
Let's see. Miami Dolphins owners. Yes,
Wayne.
I'm aware that that is. Nzinga, Dolphin. Yeah,
Okay. Oh yeah,
yeah,
well, it was Wayne Huizenga before he sold to Stephen Ross. Okay,
yeah.
there we
He sold it in 2009.
yeah. Jesus. That's the guy who defined the Florida Marlins 97-98 fire sale. Like, good luck
Let's
to you.
go, baby.
Oh man. Dolphins, I don't think still won a playoff game since.
It's I one of my like you know how like every once in a while you'll like develop like a real core football watching memory that doesn't really make a whole hell of a lot of sense why it's a core memory because it really isn't that impactful. Matt Moore having to start a playoff game for the Miami Dolphins because Ryan Tannehill like broke his body again was one like I watched it in Naples, Florida. I was there on vacation for like a New Year's Eve party with some friends and like I just distinctly remember watching Matt Moore and being like, you know what, Matt Moore, go out there and you do it. And he did not do it.
I remember that game. I remember I think it's like our first year working in fan science capacity.
Yeah.
My core memory is I think like fall of like 13. I think South Carolina's playing Tennessee. We go to a Longhorn Steakhouse with my dad, and that's when a lot of our messed his leg up.
Oh, fun fact, another core football memory that not really tied to football, but more just my life. The day after I got married, was the day that Dak broke his ankle. Because like I'm sitting that we didn't do like a full-blown honeymoon. We went into a cabin for the weekend after we got married, and we're sitting in this cabin and my phone starts going like blowing up. Like I was trying to be good, not watch football, and like pay attention to my wife and just have a good time. And like my phone starts blowing up, and that or the NC State podcast, excuse me, looks at me and she goes, "What's going on?" And I was like, "I don't know. Can I was like, let me check it." And like it was just 8 billion messages of "Oh no, Dak, Dak, oh no," and I was like, "Oh shoot."
Uh, core memories of everything like that. You remember where you were when you heard or saw something?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I was at my brother-in-law's bachelor party when he found out that Dwayne Haskins is no longer with us. That was tough
Tough.
to see.
That's tough. Yeah.
That was tough seeing the fans like, oh, well, I don't want to play golf. You want to get some Cuban food? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
With two people I didn't know. That's
It's the best. That's the best way to get Cuban food. They've always said that.
we will always remember that moment together forever
That's right.
for sure. So okay, that's good. You know what? We talked about this. It's I could see Saban maybe doing it, maybe not, but like the fact that like it came supposedly from somebody credible,
Yeah.
like leads us to believe that it could conceivably happen. But dude, he turned 75 on Halloween. Like, come on.
Yeah. Like again, that's why I think if it is like it's not in like a full like he's not going to be a full-time head coach again. Like I just do not see that at 75 years old.
No, he coaches senior football players.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
I guess Jamar Stewart needs a new team.
But yeah. Who the hell knows what's going on there, man?
Uh, I don't think Mike Brown knows.
He knows he's not giving up the money, I'll tell you that.
So Mike Brown's sitting there, along the banks of the Ohio River, in his office, looking out over his empire of cheapness, and he realizes that the books don't match. Again, I got to do this, coming back from vacation, wondering what we spent, what the hell went wrong, and he looks over there, and the money's off a little bit. He looks to his account, and he goes, "Where's the money, Lebowski?"
That's right.
This is our fourth segment and the last one. It's like really football centric here, but
Wait, you're saying the last two aren't?
no, they are. It's more culture, man.
That's right.
Like,
Football culture.
yeah, but you mentioned that like they're the top 10 best spenders in the sport of college football. Who spend the most on NIL? This is a survey from Pete Nakos and On3. So I'm gonna rattle off the 10, and we're gonna kind of talk about like surprises, obvious inclusions, just reactions to it. Number one, Texas. Number two, Texas Tech. Three, Ohio State. Four, Oregon. Five, Texas A&M, who is also tied at five with Miami. Tied for seventh is USC and Michigan. Ninth is Tennessee. 10 is Auburn. Where do you want to start?
I think we got to start at number two, man. Texas Tech being that high. Um, Somewhat surprising, obviously, because like a lot of big brands on this list, and I wouldn't consider Texas Tech on the same level as a lot of these brands. And so, but we know Lubbock has money. We know that Texas Tech has money and has donors and has resources. But I think to see them spending like this, it stands out to me because A, we know that Joe McGuire is always out there shaking babies and kissing hands. But like what we really know about Joe McGuire is like he was brought in at Texas Tech to be like the recruiting guru, like to get players to Texas Tech, particularly out of the state of Texas, who you have never gotten there. Well, frankly, in the world that we're living in college football with NIL and everything that's going on, you got to pay a hell of a lot to do that. And on top of that, you got to pay a hell of a lot more and probably pay a premium to get them to come to Lubbock, Texas. And so, like, it rationally makes sense, but it doesn't take away like the sticker shock value of seeing Texas Tech at number two.
It's kind of like with the old like Southwest Conference days with like Pony XS that 30 for 30.
Yes.
It's like TCU is spending money too to go 3-9. It's like
Right.
closer to that. But look with Joey McGuire, I believe he was at Baylor. He was like the linebackers coach, like head of recruiting for Dave Aranda. Once he left, Baylor pulled back. Texas Tech kind of got better. Now they're about the same,
Mhm.
which is because Baylor's good every 3 years, just like Northwestern.
Yeah.
Like get ready for Northwestern to make the playoff this year.
I've never been more ready for anything. Get a home playoff game, so we got to go play on the lake, baby. Let's go.
Go play at Wrigley. Just
Yeah,
give,
oh,
just,
yes.
just give
That'd be
everybody a bunch of
sick. That'd be
yeah,
sick, sick.
yeah. Give a bunch of people some old styles and Malort and just have a town, man. uh,
Why don't they ever play at I don't even what is it, guaranteed rate field on the south side? I know
that's
I
true.
used to be Comiskey, but I'm like I don't is I can't keep up with sponsors these days.
I think Jerry Reinsdorf just hates football.
I think Jerry Reinsdorf hates the city of Chicago, frankly.
He just hates being here, man. He hates it.
I, I don't want to be around anymore. Jerry Reinsdorf.
100%. So looking at this list, I'm surprised to see USC that high.
It's pretty damning of Lincoln Riley, dude.
Like every school on here outside of Miami and USC is a public school, and we've kind of known like, look, Oregon has the Phil Knight money. Uh, Tennessee's got Jimmy Haslam with Pilot Flying J. Obviously, we know. Well, we'll see what happens with Les Wexner at Ohio State in a couple of days.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's a hoax. I can't really tell you, but
And I mean, Auburn, Auburn has people who are willing to donate their entire paycheck to Auburn football.
I mean, you've got Yellowwood. I mean, Tim Cook went to
Yeah.
Auburn too. You got
Yeah.
NASA people like
Oh, I was just making fun of Auburn fans. Sorry.
it'd be like that. Michigan, oh Dave Portnoy, just throwing it all in there.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Dave Portnoy, did you see the news today?
Yeah,
Yeah, Dave Portnoy might be coming to Big Noon. Um, it's gonna be a hard pass. I'm good,
get ready to learn Wendy's.
brother. Amen.
Hamburger pizza. That's all he's eating. He's
Dave
like,
Portnoy might get in a fist fight with Urban Meyer. That's not off the table.
and Brady Quinn will take off his blazer and he will be Superman to stop it. Like he should be Superman. Like why
Either
is he
that or
not?
he's going to be standing there with a phone being like, world star.
AJ Hawk.
That's right.
I was watching McAfee yesterday while I was eating some pizza, and AJ Hawk had like the 2000s like Cincinnati Reds like jersey, like the one that Sean Casey and Ken Griffey Jr. wore while he shredded his hamstring rounding third. Like core memory. I was on spring break when I was like in like fourth grade seeing that on Sports Center. I'm like, oh no.
Like you've referred to AJ Hawk as just the Easter Island head sitting there and like
Yeah.
not saying a word. With the stuff that he wears, he's almost like a mannequin. Like he's not a real person, but like it looks like he'd be like a mannequin in like the MLB shop.
The fact he didn't have a cameo in Zoolander, probably because he was in seventh grade at that time. Like, no,
He
come
has
on.
the same amount of brain cells. Like it hasn't changed.
My favorite thing about him is like, dude, I've said a 3.0 all the way through. Like that's what I do. Uh, but
B minuses get degrees, I think. Yeah.
yeah, 82, the king of 82. And now you found yourself in 82 like Asia, and this is false start. But obviously Georgia's not on this list. I think
hmm
that's surprising. Anybody else on here, you're kind of like Alabama's not on here either. That's
hmm
weird.
So not to make this a episode where I just harp on Alabama, but to me, part of the Alabama thing is what we're seeing with Alabama and some of my trepidation about Alabama and Kalen DeBoer in this job. And like, I don't think it's the fact that Alabama's not willing to spend the money. I don't think that we've ever seen the Alabama football program not be willing to spend when they have to. And the fact that they're beat out by at minimum 10 other teams, like to me, that's a pretty concerning trend. Like with Georgia, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about, where like, you take a pay cut essentially in NIL if you want to go to Georgia. Like they're not going to fork out unless they really want you, but like in the transfer portals per se, but like particularly on the recruiting trail, like you're going to Georgia to go to Georgia. Yes, we will compensate you, but we're not going to like pay just for you solely to come because we can get two other guys just like you if we want to. And so, but like Alabama doesn't have the Nick Saban advantage anymore. And it feels like there is still some sort of adjustment period from that.
100%. Kind of in that vein, Florida State's not on here either. It's kind of like the same sort of thing with Georgia. It's like
Yeah.
this is the best program like in its respective conference when it's all fired all cylinders. It's like we don't have to. Like we're not asking you to like go to Lubbock. We're asking you to go to like a city you can actually fly to.
Right. There's stuff to do here, I swear.
Yeah. There's a cat. There's a capital. And the other one on there that I'm surprised the one that I'm really surprised isn't on here is Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good call. I like that.
Because you're a top three program all time before you moved to conferences. You're up there with Alabama and Ohio State, which I would say are probably the two best.
Yeah.
You could probably say four is USC or
Yeah.
something like that. You don't have the players in state that Texas does, but you recruit in the Southwest. You go get people from Dallas and Houston to come in. But then it's also like, well, Joe Castiglione might be old school. He doesn't do analytics. He doesn't do these sort of things.
He's
But
he's Nick Saban's role model. No computers, baby.
no computers, just right. I wonder if Brian Snicker, he would have gone to college if he would have gone to college.
Like I don't know. I don't know what they called colleges back when they were done in the boarding, like the old wood cabin out back. But that's where Brian Snicker went to college.
He went to a normal school.
That's right. He went to
Teaching,
school. What school? School. I went to the schoolhouse every
I
day.
teaching school and stuff. You've been going to school, but I don't know, like Oklahoma, like you wanted this. You and Texas wanted this.
Mhm.
You have money. You're the biggest thing in town, although the Thunder just did win the NBA Finals. But like you have oil, man. Like you can do
You've got the money. I assure you, you got the money.
no, man, you can get oil like what Devon Energy, Williams Corp, Quick Trip, they're all headquartered there. You have oil, man. Please figure it out.
Use the oil money. Look at Texas A&M. Use the oil money.
It's unbelievable. But
Um, so I have one question off this list that I've been thinking about, and my answer is going to be obvious of why I was thinking about this. But which program not on this list do you think could be in it next year?
not on this list, could be in it next year. Nebraska.
That's a good call. I like that. I like that.
I mean, Ndamukong Suh's retired. He's got to spend some money now. He hasn't played in 4 years, but he's retired. Warren Buffett's stepping down, so he's got to
Yeah.
he's got to do something too. And then I think Nebraska's going to have a pretty good year this year. I think they're going to win about 8 or 9 games, be about the fifth or sixth best team in the Big Ten. Maybe that little extra edge from the boosters and stuff. Like we'll get the Huskers back to prominence here. Also, I don't know if you saw this. Maybe Indiana goes up here too. They have a new mascot. They brought back
Oh,
Hoosier
I
the
saw.
Vice.
Oh, I saw. Love that. No, so I mean the team obviously the team I was thinking about, North Carolina. I think
Yeah.
North Carolina, I'm not optimistic for what the 2025 season is going to look like. I don't think they hired Bill Belichick for 2025. I think they hired Bill Belichick to spend a assload of money in 2026, man. And like I think we're already seeing it. Like they flipped a kid from Ohio State today, a 4-star recruit. They've been flipping recruits left and right. And like I think North like we heard reports when Bill Belichick was hired that one of his demands was a NIL war chest that he could operate with. And based on the roster I'm looking at right now, it wasn't deployed yet. So like I think next year we start to really see that deployed. And like I don't know if it's going to result in wins, but I guarantee you that North Carolina spends a hell of a lot of money next year.
I could see that. I wanted you to say that, so I'm
I
happy you
appreciate it. I
did.
appreciate it.
And who on this list do you think is not going to be on it next year?
I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna get USC. I think it's pretty obvious to me too, because and it really comes down to the fact that I'm not high on USC this year. And if I'm not high on USC, like I think there's a chance that Lincoln Riley hot seat talk is very real and that Jen Cohen finally pulls the trigger and gets Lincoln Riley out of there. Or at worst, they're not willing to like extend the same amount of resources that they have been to the program. And like either way, like I just think USC has another disappointing season by that fan base's and that administration's standards. And ultimately, I think that leads to less investment in the program.
Similarly, how I feel about Michigan too. I
Yeah.
kind of feel like they could pull back too. I mean,
I mean, half of this is probably Bryce Underwood, frankly. Like,
we we will. It's not Ann Arbor. It's Bryce Harbor now.
that's right. Mayor for 4 years.
There's no water here. Shut up and take my shut up and take my money. Oh my God. So enough of the fun football talk. Let's have some fun about some local scouting reports.
Yes,
So
sir.
I've spent the last 5 days in Key West, and I've seen some things, and you've experienced some things in New Mexico. So
As one does.
I'm gonna split mine up into three different topics. I've got food, I've got flora and fauna, and I've got a seven-letter word that starts with F, ends in S. We'll call them friends.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Let's start with the flora and fauna. Let's
Okay.
start with
Okay.
that. So there's three different types of animals that are very, very, very prevalent in Key West, Florida. Stuff that I never really experienced. So iguanas. How much do you know about iguanas?
Not a whole lot. They're cool looking, but I don't know a whole much about them.
They're really cool, and the people down there were not cool to the iguanas, which I felt was really disrespectful. Like, let them do their thing.
Yeah.
So we're on the shuttle. There's like a shuttle going from our hotel to a certain part near downtown. It was really convenient, except the people, we'll talk about them later.
They're in another part of this.
Yeah, that is a whole other part of this. But we're sitting around the pool, and Rosemary's like, "Why are there like PVC pipes around the palm trees?" Like, well, do you want an iguana falling on you while you're sunbathing?
I mean, it's a fair question.
No, but I thought this was cool. I think I saw my first ibis or ibises. I've never seen them
Oh,
before.
nice. I do not know what the plural of ibis. Ibises? Ibis? Yeah, I don't know.
Um, Basically, if a crow mated with a pelican and a flamingo. These things like they're hunting food and they're all flying around trying to get whatever bar food you've got there coming from the tiki hut. That's what they're all about. There was one that had a messed up leg
Oh, poor
that
buddy.
I felt bad for him. And but the other IBCs, like I'm just like, nah, like it was those things didn't care. And then
I'm
the
not a
most
bird guy, so I'm right there with you, man.
you're gonna hate this next part. They have an ass ton of roosters all over the island.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm done.
So I kept saying like, "Hey, there's a chicken," and Rosie's like, "That's a rooster." I'm like, I don't care, it's a chicken.
It's a chicken. Oh.
So we were asking somebody, or we overheard somebody ask why there's so many roosters in the island. It's like, yeah, there was like a bird sanctuary, and they wanted to like put it down and get rid of all the chickens. And roosters like, to hell we are. So they just released them. Now there's just a bunch of feral chickens out there. Uh, I saw two chickens cross the road in front of us, and I thought that was the cutest thing on earth.
Why'd they do it?
Love, man. Also, probably a French fry in the corner.
Most likely.
Flora and fauna complete. What do you got for yours?
All right. So the other day in the Narnia, New Mexico that I live in, we're walking the NC State podcast and I were walking the dogs, and we see this like family up ahead we're just walking on the sidewalk. and around our neighborhood, and we see this family up ahead, and they're all on their bikes, but they're all stopped in like an intersection. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. We get a little bit closer, and casually the dad just looks at us and goes, "Hey, there's a bear over there." And sure as hell, there's a bear there just chilling in someone's yard. And we're like, all right, well, we'll take a right, go left, go the opposite direction as a bear. We circle around. As we're making the loop, here comes the damn bear again coming out of the yard. Dogs are losing their mind trying to go after this thing. Huron thinks it's his cousin because they're basically it was not it was like an adolescent bear. And so like not that much bigger than Huron, coming in at, 100, 105, 110 pounds. And so, like, Huron thinks it's a brother. Remus thinks everything's a threat. And so, like, they're both ready to just go at this thing.
Let's
So,
get it, boys.
yeah, but, like, guys, whatever the opposite of Gus Malzahn is, I was trying to get them to not break it down, boys, at that point.
Let's pack it up, boys.
Pack
Let's
it up,
quit.
boys. Let's go.
We call that a David Shaw.
That's right.
That's frightening. And my next thing, I'll just say some of the best things I ate, just because I thought that was good.
Hell yeah.
So there's a restaurant in Key West. It's the one I'm gonna mention by name. It's called Moondog's Cafe. And
Okay.
I saw the menu. I'm like, this looks like it's gonna be my type of restaurant.
Yeah.
So we got mussels. Rosie was all about that. She likes to eat the sauce like soup.
Hell yeah.
Then we had mahi mahi tacos, and then pesto artichoke pizza. Like, this is all amazing. And we're supposed to get it's supposed to be like, this is the best key lime that there's probably supposed to have. I'm okay with key lime. It's not my favorite. She doesn't like it very much. I tried to get some. It's closed, or not closed. They don't have any of the bakery, but
Oh no.
they had banana cream pie, and it was the best dessert I've ever
Ooh.
had in my life.
See, I'm a big banana cream pie guy, so
Dude,
that sounds good.
they had like a mousse, and it tasted exactly like a Chunky Monkey on a chocolate chip cookie dough crust.
Oh God, yeah. That's the good
I
stuff.
It was so good. And we were gonna go out afterwards. I'm like, no, this is so good. I'm gonna go to bed.
We're ending on a high note. This is as high as it's gonna get right here.
This is as high as it's gonna get. And then we had a lobster pizza yesterday, or
Hell
like
yeah.
lobster bisque crust, whatever it is, pepperoni, stuff like that. It was delicious.
Oh yeah.
The ladies next to us were like, we weren't sure about this. I'm like, well, we did, and we got this, and you can't have any.
This is our pizza. Get away.
Oh man. Then I'm trying to think what else we had that was really good. Swordfish. I basically try to eat fish every time up there. So naturally, I had Taco Bell to shock the pool today.
Dude, you just getting the stomach back to Atlanta cuisine. That's all it is.
Took a 2 hour nap, man.
It really did shock the system.
100%. There's also conch, like red conch chowder, and then there's white conch chowder. I'll eat either. She only eats the white ones.
Okay. Okay.
And that's what I got for food.
Little racist, but that's okay.
I mean, everybody down there is tan. They don't care
It's
anyway.
true. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they've been cooking for a few years at this point.
Absolutely.
Uh, so not really anything that interesting, but you mentioned power tools earlier. So we had to get our roof redone.
Oh,
Um,
damn.
and so that started on Monday. And it also ended on Monday. Shouts to Rogelio, brother. Him and his team came out there. They did a whole roof in a freaking day. Like they came back the next morning. I was like, "How much do you have left?" And he goes, "Oh, we're just waiting on the inspector." And I was like, "Wait, what? Like you did this in a day, dude? Never seen anything like it." But I mean, my office up right here is upstairs in the house. So like when they were working on the roof, best believe I could hear it, and they were working hard, and moving them power tools, and I just wanted to give Rogelio a shout out because they do good work. If you're in the Los Alamos, New Mexico area, Rogelio, that's your roof guy.
We're raising the roof one roof at a time.
That's right.
I wish there were more people like Regilio
Dude, you're
down in
not
Key
kidding.
West.
In every industry.
I've been sitting here trying to think about how to do this last thing. I dealt with some of the worst people known to mankind down there. Uh,
Besides Hugh
so
Freeze.
well, that was the tone setter for me. I got off there, and I didn't realize that like when we landed, I'm like, this is an area where a lot of people were really happy on November 5th and don't know what a hoax is. That was kind of so I was in that for a week.
as one is.
And that's fine. Everybody does their own
Yeah.
thing, whatever it is. The let's just say the hotel staff did not get a nice review. Um, the most unaccommodating helps hospitality staff ever. Like the front desk, like you asked them for toilet paper, you would have asked them like, to auction off their child.
Asked for toilet paper and they gave you sandpaper.
They cleaned our room once in 5 days.
Jesus. See, that wouldn't bother me. I'm the do not disturb guy to a T. The first thing I do when I get in a hotel room is throw the do not disturb sign on there because I don't want you in my room, frankly.
No, that was part of it too, but it kept falling off and everything like that. And even if we're gone for hours on end, they just couldn't be bothered to bring anybody by. Um, so there's a bar down there called a Green Parrot Bar, and
Okay.
it's like the divest of dive bars. Somebody walks in off the street, it's by the Hemingway house, and it's like, "Can I see a food menu?" And the bartender's like, "We absolutely do not serve food." And behind, like in the middle of the bar, it says the sign that says "No sniveling." And our
Fair.
and the main person, we'll call him DeMarco, the most sniveling person of all time. Like basically, he looks like he's related to the guy that got like the hot foam latte thrown him in Zoolander. It's just every we were looking for reviews. Like this guy was mentioning like 4 reviews for just being effing horrible.
Well, the food thing is killing me. We absolutely do not serve food.
All right, and I gotta finish with this one guy. So, and I will say this because I had a roommate from your hometown. So
Yeah, of
there is
course.
a thing like a Carolina mountain boy. It's just a certain stereotype you know about this.
Brother, absolutely. So like,
Yeah,
can I
but
can I pause?
you're not this. So
No, no, no. Can I pause and let you know that I found out this weekend that Cal Raleigh is from Western North Carolina, Cullowhee to be exact, which is where Western Carolina is. And Cal Raleigh's dad, if anyone happened to see him at the home run derby, that's a Carolina country boy.
oh God. So trying to think what's the best way to describe this guy. This guy, uh, how to be nice. So you're overly polite,
Mhm.
which makes up for you for being a jerk.
Right.
Yo, sir, no, ma'am. Like this guy's talking all the time. Will not shut up. He has a Wake Forest hat on, like one of those ones, like the frat hats, but like
Yeah.
up there by the crown of his head where it's like getting sunburnt is like pulling back. Like it looked like it looked like ketchup up there, man.
Oh, brother.
And this guy, he had big Jim McElwain energy.
What
Like his
type
name is
of
probably
what type of Jim McElwain
like
energy?
like
Like boating
like
Jim McElwain or on land Jim McElwain?
by land, by sea, by air, just Jim McElwain energy. Uh, very much. See what else I can say.
By land, by sea, by air.
His name is probably Dave. Looked like it, nickname is probably Chuckles. He was a big Miami Dolphins fan, which is not the least shocking thing on earth.
Yeah, no,
But
100%.
definitely wore Dan Marino jerseys. Definitely looks like the guy from Jimmy John's.
Definitely like let me see if I'm getting the type here. Definitely got kicked out like out of the park at a kid's little league game at one point in his life.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're
Um,
following.
talking the whole time. His wife had a bottom 10 laugh all time. And she didn't talk. I think she was just Prozac out of her mind just to deal with this guy.
Yeah.
And this is for like their anniversary. Like they had just gotten like married, but they've been dating for 20 years. And it's like that type of dude.
Oh, oh yeah, he probably decided to settle down.
Yeah, for medical reasons. But like just talking about nonsense the whole time. Questioning if Ed Sheeran really did sing that song that was playing in the van. Uh,
Ain't no way that redheaded fella sang that.
this guy probably bathes in his Wake Forest hat. Like I had a Duke hat growing up that was held together by staples. Like we've all had this hat
Oh yeah,
that
100%.
he's still rocking this out there. And yeah, I'll talk a little bit more off air about something else he said that was really disturbing. But like definitely been in the van with this guy for a couple of times, and thank God I didn't see him anywhere downtown.
Dude, that'd have been rough. That'd have been real rough.
Yeah, and let's just say I have a very progressive girlfriend, and this guy would, was not working.
Not the vibe. Not the vibe.
No, not the vibe. Also, there's a lot of crazy people down there with tattoos. I know it's like a rite of passage down there in Key West. Probably the worst ones I've seen are people. So many moms have baby feet on them. Like that's so tacky.
It's real bad. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, like there's like ladies down there with like faded palm trees on their calves and stuff, just going to town. Um, it's a vibe. I would absolutely go there. I definitely would go back. Probably not stay at the same hotel, but like if they just get better, if they just get rid of DeMarco and their housekeeping, it's fine.
Yeah. Hey, dude, let's move down to Key West and just work at the hotel. That sounds like the life.
I know. I mean, my mom probably wants to move at some point. Rosie and I can open a Greyhound compound. We just rescue a bunch of Greyhounds,
There
and
we
they
go.
they, they have the whole upstairs.
I'll open a bird kill shelter to kill all the birds.
Cody's Wing Shop, locally sourced.
Get clipped.
What's the shot called? It's called a Mother Clucker. It's just engine gen and Everclear, and it's on fire. Uh, please don't cancel us. But yeah, be sure to hit that
I
subscribe
don't
button.
actually want to kill birds. Let's be very clear about that. I'm just kidding. I don't care for birds, but I don't want to kill animals.
No, we don't kill animals. Fun to pet, better to chew. This is fun stuff. We're wasting away in Margaritaville. Let's get some jail to finish.
Let's do it.
All right. Pencil thin mustache.
Oh, I went with our boy Arch Manning because I don't think he can grow any facial hair, man. I feel like he wishes he had a pencil thin mustache.
I've got Arch covered a little bit. True story. My late uncle, like my cousin, she was gonna have her first dance with my uncle to this song. I think that she ultimately decided to go with something else. It's like, why did you want to go with? It's like it's a dumb, quirky song, and my dad has a mustache.
Hell yeah, I get it.
Pencil thin mustache. That'd be a JT Daniels.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%.
And as far as the guy who I think would look ridiculous with a pencil thin mustache, how about Matt Rule? He's
That'd
going
be
through
a
his
good one.
he's going through his Clark Gable phase.
High key, Jed Fish would look hilarious with a pencil thin mustache.
I've got him coming up here a little bit later.
Oh,
I'm
do
pretty
you
sure
really? Hell yeah.
about changes in latitudes, changes in attitudes.
That's our boy Charles Huff, man. Because this song's about like changes in attitudes and latitudes being confusing as hell, and like, well, life's weird. And
Yeah.
my brother left Marshall for Southern Miss. What are we doing? I don't get
Uh,
it.
the most sacred alma mater of Brett Favre and Jimmy Buffett.
That's right.
Did you know that?
I did not know Jimmy Buffett with that. I mean, obviously I knew Brett Favre, but I did not know Jimmy Buffett with the Southern Miss. Makes it even better.
Yeah, I wonder what his Kappa Sig brothers probably thought of him in Southern Miss. Like, this is just like he was just there, man.
They probably didn't even know he was a member.
Um, changes in latitudes, changes in attitudes. That's Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta get tough, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to get something.
And Bill Belichick going from Nantucket to Chapel Hill.
That's right.
And I don't, give it the old college try. He pulls just, I think he just recruits. He just pulls out a lacrosse stick. He's got it, man.
Love it.
I follow you to the mist of Avalon. If that's what you mean. Whew.
Oh,
And I don't know where I'm going to go with the volcano blows. What you got for volcano?
I took this as literally as possible, and the biggest volcano I could think of was the Yellowstone super volcano. So Maddox Matson, where are you going when the volcano blows, brother?
Probably Utah.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? The black smoke rises. That's where he's going.
That's
Salt Lake.
right. You follow the
And
smoke.
uh, I think Michigan's going to blow over. So where's the trend we're going to go?
Who knows? Probably the Chargers, if we're being honest. But
And as far as like, a guy who's really explosive and gets angry, like where are you going to go when the volcano blows? Brian Kelly.
yeah.
Well, Gary Nussbaum is going to go to the NFL. I don't know where everybody else is going to go.
All right.
All right. Fruitcakes, my favorite song. So people that got taken out of the oven a little bit too early. That's what that means.
Brother, it's my boy Kirk Ferentz. Like, truly, like I literally just sat there. I sat here for like 5, 10 minutes, and I was like, who's just like the weird, like not eccentric, like truly just a weird guy in college football. And like truly, I don't think there's anyone weirder to me than Kirk Ferentz. He's just a weird dude. And like the whole Brian thing, like it's just a very weird thing. Like he is cut from a different cloth than everyone else in college football.
So we were sitting there in Margaritaville, and I'm sitting there, and again, first off, it was perpetual 85 degrees. I'm a very sweaty guy, so it
Yeah.
was hell. It was hell for
I,
me.
I started sweating just soon as hearing you say 85.
Rosemary's like, it's another block over here. I'm like, you're killing me. So
Just shoot me
uh,
in the head. I'm done.
we were having a Bahama Mamas in the right in front of us was this picture of Jimmy Buffett dressed up in a headdress with fruitcakes playing a tambourine, and I'm like, that is a vibe.
Hell yes.
So fruitcakes for me, guy we keep taking out of the oven a little bit too early. Please drink your water.
Sorry, sorry.
That's Arch Manning. We keep taking him out of the oven too soon.
It's true.
He's he's like, I've started 2 games. What are everybody doing here? And then the guy who our Arch Manning is like, where's my junior mints? I want some junior mints.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. Kirk Ferentz definitely loves junior mints. I can almost guarantee it.
And as far as the guy who would want to spend $12 on a 5 pound Nestle's Crunch, that's Brett Bielema. That's him going to Costco or Sam's Club.
100%. Give me one of them big ones. I don't care.
You don't think I can eat it? I can eat
That's right.
it. Uh, what about Margaritaville? Who you got for that?
Bro, Lane Kiffin. I didn't have to think very hard about that one.
I had him as well, and then Jed Fish is there too.
Yeah, 100%. The Visor Boys, baby. Eli is trying to get there, but they won't let him into the bar.
That can't be your real hair.
There's no way.
They keep sending it to the wrong locations. And why don't we get drunk? Who do you have for that?
All right, this is the longest answer I think I've ever had for a Just Like Novocaine. The entirety of the bounce house during the Scott Frost era, or at least the start of it. Because you ain't gonna be watching good football. You ain't gonna be winning a whole lot of football games. So you're in Orlando, you're in the bounce house. Let's get drunk, boys. Let's go.
Amen, brother. Mine's a little close to home, so I'm gonna say this, try to say this without laughing because these two are so funny. The first one's Kirby Smart. He goes up to his players and says, why don't we get drunk and blank as opposed to drive?
Just literally anything
This is
else.
downtown Athens. We'll come get you. We'll pick you up, Enterprise. And I gotta say that's Carson Beck on Snapchat, man.
Shouts to the Cavender twins.
Just the Cavender twins. I hope you don't drink something with 192 proof, but this was episode 192 of False Start. You can follow me, John Buhler, on Twitter, the X at Buhler118. You can follow Cody Williams at the Sizzle20. You can follow the show at CFB False Start. Like, rate, listen, subscribe, review on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere there's podcasts. Give us a 5-star review, please.
Make them spirited, baby.
Spirited. It's good to be back here. I spent so much money.
Brother, it'd be like that. Yeah. Going on vacation's great until you look at your bank account.
You're like, wow, that credit card balance went up an extra $1,000 today.
We're gonna put you on the top 10 spenders list that we talked about earlier.
Oh God. Come Monday, it'll be all right. And this is false start.